Nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says, I'm possible. You've probably heard this quote before, but today I don't want you to just hear it. I want you to feel it. Because every time someone says that's impossible, a dream gets buried, a spark dies out, a future that could have been never gets the chance to exist. But pause for a second. Really think. If the world had always accepted impossible as truth, there would be no airplanes, no electricity, no moon landings, no internet, no you listening to this right now. Every great thing we know today was once a wild, laughable, ridiculous idea until someone said, I don't care if it's never been done, I'm going to try anyway. And that same fire, that same potential is already inside you. Maybe no one else can see it yet. Maybe even you doubt it sometimes. Maybe fear has convinced you that you're not ready. But here's the truth. You don't have to be ready. You just have to begin. You see, impossible isn't a wall. It's a test, a challenge, a question asking you, how badly do you want this? Because the only real thing that can stop you is you, not your past, not your mistakes, not your doubts, only you when you say, I can't before you even try. You weren't born to play small. You weren't made to quit. You were built to rise, to stretch, to break limits, not just for yourself, but for everyone who will come after you. Someone out there is waiting for your story, waiting for your courage to wake up their own, waiting to say, because they did it, maybe I can too. And here's the most beautiful part. You don't need to have all the answers today. You just need to believe one thing, that it's possible. Yes, you'll fail. Yes, people will doubt you. Yes, your own mind will try to talk you out of it, but don't listen to that voice. Listen to the one that says, try again, push forward, show yourself what you're made of. Because every strong person you know, every legend you admire, they once stood where you are now, scared, uncertain, overwhelmed, but they moved anyway. They believed anyway. And slowly, impossibility turned into reality. So today, make a decision, not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now, say it out loud. I will try. I will fall if I must, but I will never quit. Because nothing is impossible, not for the one who refuses to give up, not for the one who still believes, not for someone like you. So the next time life says you can't, smile, stand tall, and say with fire in your voice, I'm possible. We're into mindset, real life references, and personal connection while keeping the rhythm and inspiration flowing. Nothing is impossible. Even the word itself set for a video with voiceover, background music, and visuals. It goes deeper into mindset, real life references, and personal connection while keeping the rhythm and inspiration flowing. Nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says, I'm possible. You've heard it before. Maybe in a book, a speech, a quote online, but how often have you really believed it? Because the world isn't just full of impossibilities. It's full of people who believed them, people who never started, people who gave up too soon, people who accepted impossible as their truth. But here's the thing no one tells you, impossible isn't a fact. It's a mindset, a wall built out of fear, self-doubt, failure, and the voices of others who stopped trying. Um, how many dreams died before they even got a chance to breathe? How many ideas were never born just because someone said, you can't do that? But what if just one person had said, what if you can? Think about it. The Wright brothers were told humans couldn't fly. Edison failed 1,000 times before the light bulb lit up. Einstein was called slow. Oprah was fired. Steve Jobs was rejected. J.K. Rowling rejected 12 times before Harry Potter changed the world. They all had one thing in common. They didn't believe in impossible. They believed in trying, in growing, in failing forward, in proving the world wrong, not out of ego, but out of purpose. And now it's your turn. Let me ask you something. What are you holding back on right now? What idea, what dream, what version of you are you silencing just because you think you're not good enough, smart enough, ready enough? You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need applause. You just need one thing: belief. Because belief is the spark that sets everything in motion. Belief is the seed that grows into great. Belief is what turns impossible into done. Let me be honest with you. You will struggle. You will fall. You will question everything at some point. But that's not failure. That's growth. That's becoming. The strongest people, the legends, the winners, the trailblazers, they weren't born confident. They weren't handed success. They just made a choice to keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep going, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. And so can you. Every setback is setting you up. Every no is building your yes. Every doubt you fight through is sharpening your belief. So don't let fear be louder than your faith. Don't let temporary discomfort steal your permanent destiny. Don't shrink just because someone else can't see your vision. They weren't given your dream. You were. And that means you have everything you need inside you right now. Even if it's buried under pain, if it's covered in doubt, even if it feels impossible today, that dream is still alive and it's waiting for you to say, let's go. I'm not done. I'm just getting started. So when the world says you can't, let that be your cue to lean in, to try again, to train harder, to learn more, to show up anyway. Because nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing is impossible. We say it, we hear it, but do we live it? Because when life hits hard, when doors close, when people laugh, when your own mind says you're not good enough, suddenly impossible starts sounding real. But let me remind you, impossible is just a story, a lie dressed as logic, a fear wearing the mask of reality. Think about it. Every invention that changed the world was impossible until someone ignored the noise and believed in the vision. People said no one could run a mile in under 4 minutes until someone did. Then others followed. People said we'd never leave Earth. Then someone stood on the moon. People said you can't build a life doing what you love. But every artist, creator, entrepreneur, and dreamer who refused to quit proved them wrong. So let me ask you, what have you called impossible in your life? That dream you gave up on? That goal you keep delaying? That version of you that feels too big, too bold, too far away? It's not impossible. It's waiting for your decision, your action, your faith. See, most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they stop, because the world told them no, and they believed it, because they were afraid to look foolish, afraid to fall, afraid to start over. But not you, not anymore. Because deep down, you know this truth. You were made for more. You weren't born to stay small, to blend in, to quit when things get tough. You were built to rise, to stretch, to shake the ground beneath your feet and say, this is my time. And yes, there will be pain, there will be setbacks, you will be tested. But every champion you admire, they weren't lucky. They were relentless. They showed up when it was hard. They kept going when no one was watching. They believed when no one else did. And now, it's your turn. So if no one's ever told you this before, hear it now. You are capable. You are worthy. You are enough. Not someday, not when things are perfect, but right now. So take the first step, even if it's small, even if it's shaky. Start where you are with what you have and promise yourself one thing: will not quit on me, because nothing is impossible.